I think we can all agree Chovy is the #1 mid in the world at the moment. The real question is, who is #2? Is it Faker? Is it Showmaker? Is it possibly Knight? There was a lot of hype around this guy last year and it kind of died down, but it's starting to build back up ahead of the LPL split. This man on Top Esports is looking absolutely fine. And you can see, guys, on the leaderboard in Korea right now, Chovy rank 3. And then the next mid laner down here is Knight, currently rank 11. Today, we're going to analyze their matchup, talk about the strengths and weaknesses of the two players, there's slight differences in their play. Without further ado, let's jump onto the Rift, break it down, and hopefully we'll learn a thing or two from their gameplay. Just quickly, boys, I noticed like 65% of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, so I'd really appreciate if you wanted to see some more of my videos in your feed, you did that. Maybe leave it a cheeky thumbs up and a comment down below. Help me out with the algorithm, spread my videos around. I'd really appreciate it. Cheers. So I'll be covering two matchups today. The first is going to be Sylas into Orianna. This is a very spicy matchup. There's really room for outplay on both ends. Chovy playing the Sylas, Knight playing the Orianna. And it's all about your E's when you're playing Sylas. It's the only thing that matters. It's can you land your E2 and can Orianna juke it out? Because if she's not, and he already gets that long range E, and Sylas, guys, level 1 is very potent. If you land your E2, you win the trade. If you miss it, you're doomed. It's as simple as that. So if the enemy is standing outside of like the minion wave, like Knight situated himself there, you can get a very aggressive trade and set yourself up for a super strong level 2. Knight, however, hits level 2 first, and he should be able to abuse his range here. Knight is one of the best laners in the world. I'd say like Chovy is the best mid laner in the world, but Knight has definitely beaten him on several occasions. He plays very aggressive, up in your face, kind of like a rookie style, like a Caps kind of style. Like he's ready to put his whole, you know, he's ready to int essentially. But if the enemy jungler doesn't gank and he plays towards his vision well, he's not going to allow you to breathe. So even someone like Chovy, he's able to abuse here, and you'll just see him continuously moving for these autos and try and utilize the movement speed. I think Udyr was spotted on the ward, perhaps? Because he's starting to hover down in the bot side. And Sylas, guys, like, in solo queue, if you're still playing like control mages like Ori and Victor and like stuff like that, like, come on, man. Play something aggressive like the Sylas. It is so broken and didn't get any nerfs this patch. Because most people are very mediocre at the champion. It's an all or nothing champ. You have to know exactly how much damage you have. And you can see the Udyr coming through into the mid lane. Knight just hovers back. No big deal for him. And he'll try and get the wave in. Take note, it's like even CS. Chovy, one of the best CSs out of anybody, but he's going to sack a couple of creeps here. Yeah, he just has to. E goes wide, hits level 4, W's to move in. Trying to weave the autos, it's not going to be enough. Knight. Once again, Knight's going to be ganked though, this Udyr coming through. He probably will have to blow a flash. Doesn't even have to blow a flash. See, I would have panicked there and blew a flash. Blew a flash. Blowed a flash. He just weaves his autos in and tries to get the phase rush and pieces out. And we're going to see a bunch of games, like mind games here, because both mid laners know exactly how to play. Chovy really doesn't want to back, and Knight doesn't want it. Like, they're both trying to play for which, like, how the lane's going to, like, slow shove back into. So they're just trying to come back in and just fix the waves up. And it looks like that Chovy is going to take the beta move and have to base, and he'll just insta-teleport back in here. Picks himself up. Doran's boots, working his way towards the Lucidity boots as always. Far out. If he was able to stop that recall there. Knight teleports instantly into the mid lane. And it's looking bloody close already. You gotta take note, Knight's already been ganked like twice though. E's are going wide. Chovy not able to land them. It only takes one of these E's to just... Honestly, you could get a solo kill. It's so easy to get like level 5 solos on Sylas. Start playing super aggressive now. Knight gets the freeze. Chovy gonna have to wait for his health potions to tick up. Has a slight level advantage, I believe. Ooh. And this is where so many Sylases die. They're low health. It's actually super hard to unfreeze lanes as Sylas, right? Your wave clear is completely shit. And they just go up and risk it all. Chovy just gonna take another bad back. Bad back? Why am I talking like this? And now Knight just gonna hard shove it in. Gets the early advantage. Now look at Knight's item, by the way. He has an Oblivion Orb, guys. Everyone knows into something like the Sylas, the Oblivion Orb is so important. Not only that, but you're playing into a Fiora and a Karma as well. There's a lot of healing in the enemy comp, so an early Oblivion is great. You don't have to get that Lost Chapter that so many people are after. Chovy, we're down about 10 CS. But don't worry, because in the mid to late game, Sylas in the side lane is so much better than a champion like Orianna. He has so much more mobility, and it's just going to allow him to press into the side lanes, zone the Orianna out, freeze if he wants to. He can do whatever he wants. He has full control over the map. All you got to do is survive in the early game. And so many Sylases cannot survive in the early game, can they? They bloody die early. The enemy team gets too far ahead, and you feel useless. It's a fine line on this champion. You got to put a lot of games in. As we're both level 6. Could steal the Orianna ult. And just look for like a bit of a chunk. Let's see if he goes for the steal or just holds. Things are going out. Lee Sin overextended in the top lane. What's Knight gonna do? The Chovy is just going for a coin flip roam. See, I hate doing these. If this doesn't work, it's all over. Lee Sin picks up the solo kill. Here comes Chovy. Knight should just hard shove this in. And how's this gonna go? We have Flash. Gets the Lee kick. Do we need to? We should be able to grab the kill. Perfect. And the shutdown over to Chovy. Knight gonna chill here and get a couple of plates. This is definitely the best option for Knight. And you can see he's getting a huge CS lead and starting to work on this tower. This is what you need to be doing, guys. If he had tried to follow that roam, he would have been so late and he would have got nothing done. But now, Chovy puts the wave into a weird spot. This is a great little tip for you guys to learn. Like, if you go for the roam up into the top lane, your top laner runs from base to mid to cover the wave. Because imagine if you backed and then went to mid lane and then your Fiora just ran top after the wave. Like, there's nothing for her to do here for the next 15 to 30 seconds. And you're never going to make this wave as a mid lane. Like, it just makes so much sense. You're going to get more team gold. And a lot of players just don't. The problem is, like, you're probably going to have to chat on and tell... If you're playing in, like, below Masters, you probably have to try and type to people, hey, don't just run down top laner because you're a top lane. Sometimes, even in the early game, it's better to run even to the bot lane to pick up the farm. And you can situate the map a little bit better. Like, it's not black and white. Just because you're the mid lane and your top lane, that's your lane. You can swap around, okay? Oh, here we go. Chovy moves in. Gets a good trade. Has flash, has Lee kick. I want to see a Sylasec. Sylsec. It's like an insect with Sylas with the Lee kick. Anyways, I don't know. I invented the word. You know what I'm trying to say. But it looks pretty sad. We're not able to get it. Super interesting build we saw. I think I talked about in the last video. The Riftmaker Orianna by Power of Evil. Will we see it here by Knight? No, we won't. Like, there's generally just, I think Power of Evil is the only guy in Ori that's been building that. Still interesting. I might have to try it out. Give it a bit of a go in solo queue. I think Riftmaker, a lot of people, Riftmaker and Divine Sunder are people just having, like, they're just building it every game. Everyone's having a field day with these items. As we are down 20 CS in the mid lane. And you're just going to start seeing how disgusting Sylas is. Every single time his E's up, he's going to be going, he's going to go in. Beautiful ult by Knight there to deter it. Like, Knight, he's a little bit cautious, right? But he's still standing his ground and using his ball to try and like zone Chovy and just slowly chunk him off. Remember, we have the Oblivion Orb, so the healing from the W is not as much from the Sylas. That's how it gets popped. Ooh. Grab the plates. This is a good matchup. I know there's not like a lot of kills, but there's just like a lot of small things. I honestly prefer these type of games to review because it's just like the small things that go into it rather than just like one player getting bloody 20 kills in the early game. As Udyr finds the Nautilus, gets knocked up though. Viego moving in, stun goes wide. Chovy back to base. He'll probably teleport back in, I'd say. Steals the Ori ult. Don't be surprised if he goes for this here. There's definitely a solo killer possible. But the E's just can't land. Knight 107 farm at 10. And top esports are going to be... I think, are one of the biggest underdogs for the LPL. I think they fixed some of their problems. They got a new top laner in. Oh my god, if that landed. Chovy just looking for it. Any of these E lands, trust me, he's going to pop the Orianna ult with the W. And Orianna's going to be in a world of pain. Probably going to have to blow the sums. Come on. Pops it, hits the ultimate. See how it puts her back? And now he's just moving in, trying to weave as much as possible. The Ori ult comes out. Beautiful 1v1 by Chovy. And I was prepping it. I knew it was possible. And you can see, did he ult mid-dash? Like how, that animation looked weird. But the way he ulted, it put Orianna further away from the tower. And even if she flashed there, I think Knight knew he's dead. Like he's just gonna die 100% because Chovy has the flash. It's better to die and keep your flash than die and lose your flash as Ori, because now you can still play somewhat aggressive. You're not out of the game. If he blew his flash, he's completely doomed against an Udyr Sylas. Here we go. No ultimate yet. Looks out on the hook. I can't believe that Sylas is just not getting nerfs. Like in my head, Sylas is completely broken, by the way. He has been in my head, he's been the #1 solo queue mid for ages. It's a little bit different in competitive, but even in competitive, he's very strong. Remember, you're W maxing and then E maxing. Q max on Sylas is done. It's icky. It's yucky. No one goes it anymore. We used to go into long range matchups, but now it's just every game. Max that W, max that E. It's all about the cooldowns, getting as much mobility and healing as possible, and just perma skirmishing. As we got a 1k gold lead for red side. Knight doesn't like the idea of giving his control ward. I don't know about basing here, yeah. I think we could look EW. He still has E2, right? E2 doesn't really go as what he wants. Knight pops the ultimate, looking to weave as many autos. Remember, Chovy doesn't have flash. Knight tanks the tower. Flashes over the wall here. That was bloody close. You can see how confident Knight is, man. I love the way he plays. It's very rookie, it's very caps, it's very like, you know, just like, I don't know, like psychopathic mid lane play, like just pure confidence. You get into like the flow state and you're just looking for everything. It leads to really good outplays, but it leads to also like some really boosted plays. That's all it is. But yeah, I don't think top esports play until like the LPL started, but like I don't think there's like 16 or 17 teams in the LPL. It's just stupid. So I don't think top play until like Saturday or something. Both mids without flash. Udyr just spam ganking. Honestly, for the amount of times that Knight has been ganked, like he's still doing bloody well. 10 CS per minute, he's still in the game, super relevant. I would have died to at least 3 of these Udyr ganks. And this is like, someone asked me in my Twitch chat the other day, hey, can I run summon Aerie on Orianna? You can, but just know that like, he's living from these ganks all the time because of the phase rush. Without the phase rush, he's screwed. He pops the phase rush and he runs in the opposite direction as the Udyr. Gets him out of jail for free. As we're seeing like the 10th gank here. Udyr flashes in. Oh, and Chovy moves in here, and it should be a kill over. They want to give it to Chovy. Karma takes it. And Knight picked out a position. Finally, they get a kill onto the Viego. Hey, Viego's UCal, I just noticed. Poor guy. Even Felix, I think that's Bang. Some pretty big names in this game. And solo queue is always a blast. We've got 6 stacks on the Darksteel now. And Chovy. Now we see how this tower down the bot lane is dropped. This essentially means that if you want, you can just put your bot lane into the mid lane and you start side laning because you're the strongest side laner. Orianna you have a level advantage, you have item advantage. Orianna cannot come down here. So if you're Chovy and this, okay? So when we start the side lane, it was 130 to 150 farm. You will slowly, as the Sylas, catch up and overtake the Orianna. And experience, like levels on Sylas is so broken. Like he thrives on having a level advantage. The basis for his abilities are crazy good, so I suspect this is where he's really going to come into his own. Knight happy to just group up with the Kai'Sa, but Chovy going to look for the flank. I'd say Nautilus ultimate, probably the MVP of the ults to steal. He just wanders all the way down. Kind of sad. He doesn't really lose anything here. This wave might get held, but if he had kept hard shoving and maybe looked for a kill onto the Viego, would have been a better macro move as Knight moves into the top lane. Doesn't have TP, so they probably have to sack the Drake. We'll pick up the blue. Move down into the lane. I think the wave did get stalled. Mid lane, Knight has 6.7k. Chovy, 6.5k. Pretty close. We're full leveled up, I think. Here we go. Flank from Viego. We still Lee ult. We have Udyr coming in, by the way, so all we need to do is stall. Your TP's in. Oh my god, beautiful setup. He did the Sylasec thing that I was talking about. Flash R's the Viego back into the team. Unfortunately, his team is not there. He simply does not care. He moves in and he wasted his flash. But it looked cool. It looked cool. And yeah, that's about it. I like the idea. And now he's picking up all this side lane. And honestly, I'd pop into the top lane here. Reset into top lane, grab the wave, and start working on that top lane tower. Second item, I'm guessing, is a Cosmic. You can either go Hourglass or Cosmic Insight second, guys. Cosmic Insight? Cosmic Drive. What am I saying? Cosmic Insight. Cosmic Drive. It looks like it's going to be a Cosmic Drive second. The CDR, the MS, it just everything synergizes well with the kit. Jungle camps. My name is Chovy, and I am addicted to taking my jungler's camps. Because I am never under 10 CS per minute. Gal picks up a kill under the Karma. We gotta be really careful here because we have no vision. And we have Sweeper, remember? So we're not able to set up the vision for ourselves. So I'm always in a tough spot here. Like, it feels nice to hard shove this wave. But it's just a little bit too risky. The Chovy doesn't want to go for it. And he'll come across, just chill, and he'll wait for the wave to get shoved into him. In solo queue, guys, like that play there, in your head, you're shoving it, and in your head, you should know, hey, what I'm doing is risky now. And a lot of people in their heads like, fuck it, like I'll just risk it, I'll see what happens. If you have that thought, don't do it. Back up and be like, I don't have vision on the enemy team. Feels weird, feels risky. I'm not gonna do it. Just like walking into the jungle here. Not necessary, and he's definitely gonna die there and gives a shutdown. In solo queue, guys, like, if you have a feeling or an inkling that they could be hiding there, a lot of the time, just believe your gut, okay? It's weird to describe it. Like, the gut feeling a lot of the time is actually pretty accurate. And in solo queue, the less mistakes you make is much better, in my opinion, than the bloody outplays you make. Minimize your mistakes, especially in low elo. Just minimize your mistakes. Every small mistake you make, just start minimizing them. You don't even have to look for plays. The plays will come to you, trust me. If you're on the map for long enough, you're getting enough resources and items, the plays will just fall into your lap. The enemy will make the mistakes. Don't be the one just bloody running in. Oh, as we have teleport onto the Sylas, he's going to TP into the bot lane. Going for it. Viego ult stolen. I hate Viego ult. And we pop the little do-si-do. E. Beautiful. Anything more gets knocked up? Sorry, that was the Fiora. Fiora just picks up a double kill, low key. And then I'll start pinging towards the Nash here. And it is not looking too good for blue side. I think that this Ezreal Fiora combo with the Sylas going to be pretty gross to deal with mid-late game. And I just hate, this is why I hate control mages in solo queue at the moment. It just feels like having no ability and being so susceptible to being picked, it's just, it leads to just really bad games. As the E lands, he has the Kai'Sa ult, by the way, so he's just trying to kite it out, uses it, pops the Kai'Sa. Cheers for the shield, mate. He's going to keep on zoning the team. Baron dropping down to 3k. Orianna ult does piss all, and we'll grab the Nash for ourselves. Grab a huge lead. We're starting to bloody take away with the game. Nice one. Mid lane gold. Chovy on 8.9. Flashes. Doesn't even hesitate. Gonna get the Gromp as well, surely. And it's Chovy with a 1k gold lead in the mid lane now. 2 level advantage, right? And this is what I'm talking about. Just small things. Like, Chovy hasn't done anything crazy this game, right? He's just played the game correctly. He's taken his opportunities where he could. Things have presented themselves to him and he's gone for it, you know? Now he's sitting at about 9 CS per minute, has the side lane advantage, and you have a very clear win con. You can just side lane and side lane. Enemy team never going to be able to kill you. Unless they just send like 3 or 4. Like, they're going to have the Nautilus there. Because you have too much mobility. Because we are sitting on 2.5 thousand gold. I think they're going to try and stop him. Viego's here, steals the Viego ult again. I have to use it to try and escape. Ooh, Everfrost. How gross. Like this is why the side lane is so good, because you have so much mobility, plus you have the Everfrost. You have the healing. You just got everything you need. And we are not done. Moving in, picks up the kill onto Lee Sin. Now looking for the Nautilus here. Hero grabs it. 8th kill. Red team. Poor Knight. Knight went in Everfrost, surprising. Now, Everfrost actually makes a shit ton of sense if you think about it. Because the enemy has Udyr Sylas, very short range running at you. So when you have the Everfrost, you can use it for the disengage. I think Everfrost is actually underbuilt. I think people build Ludens and Liandry's too often. On like mages. Like even on things like Cassio and Victor, I think you can still get away with Everfrost. You don't have to rush anything. As we got 2 level advantage. Everfrost gets the slow. Here we go. This 1v1 shouldn't even be close. Yeah, guys. Orianna. Imagine picking a control mage in solo queue. Chovy has the Cosmic Drive. He got his bloody Medjais too, I just noticed. Man means business. God, I want Hanwha to do so well and go to Worlds this year. If Chovy misses out, I'll literally cry for the guy. He deserves to go to Worlds and try and prove himself. Pick up the fucking World Championship trophy. The dream that we all share. Me and him and, you know, Faker's already done it, I guess. Yes, he's done a couple of things, but anyways. Chovy 8-1 and 8, and they're going to finish off the Nexus. Pretty good game, honestly. I really enjoyed it. I think both mid laners played very well. I think Chovy, his team was slightly better. Knight played super aggressive, got punished for it slightly. But overall, I think Sylas favored the matchup in the mid late. It happened like that. So we're going to jump onto the second game now. Just sit tight. On to the second matchup of the day. We have Chovy on Sett. We have Knight on Jace. And already you see Lehen's coming through with the assist. Sett at the moment is one of the best flex picks in the game, guys. Chovy played a shit ton of it on his climb to rank 1. You can play it mid, you can play it top, you can play it support, you can play it jungle. It's pretty much, it's a quadra flex. It's really strong. If you just learn it, then if you get filled to any of these other lanes, you can pull it out. As you can see. Knight running the Conqueror. Pretty much all Jaces are going for the Conqueror these days. Phase Rush, kind of, I mean, you can still run Phase Rush into things like Olaf or Udyr, but overall the Conqueror is going to be giving you more damage. It's not really about like the fully stacked Conqueror healing. It's more about just weaving your autos and getting the extra stacking damage. As you can see, Chovy moves across. What's the Udyr out? Hasn't missed a creep, as per usual. And like bruises in the mid lane, like things like this Sett. Oh my god, it's nice. Looking for the 1v1. And the Bard's going to come across for the assist, and he gets cleaned up there. And mid lane is all about these roams and these assists from the supports and the junglers, guys. And you need to respect them. Chovy Gets caught out there. You're going to have to try and 1v2 this lane. But, oh my god, it's a beautiful hold. He should... I was going to say he should be able to pull this for a freeze. Let's just see what he does. Because you can still use your W, right? Essentially, with this type of wave, you should... Yeah, okay, this is a great tip. Do you see what he's done there? Like, that freeze, he didn't even really pull it. He just tanked it under tower and stalled it. And now Knight is in a really bad spot. It's going to be hard for him to unfreeze the wave. He doesn't have sums. Kane's coming in. Hopefully Kane's able to pick up the kill. I wish the spectator would, can you... Okay, well... Buddy George the spectator sometimes doesn't help me out. But Chovy now finally going to move in. Just weave your autos. We pick up Knight, making sure to get the double autos. Looking for the Ezreal now. Beautiful W. Picks up the Udyr, looking for some more. We have red buff. And we get the Ezreal. We punch him to death. And Chovy just picked up 3 kills for himself. Thank you very much, good sir. And you would expect him to take over the game from here. I mean, he was pretty slow to react to that. You saw the freeze he pulled, but he instantly decided he was going to try and break it. I think he assumed the Kayn would kill the Jace and he'd hard shove to crash the wave. But it just didn't really work out. Luckily for him, he's able to move into the river later on and pick up 3 kills for himself, and he'll hit the B button. I think pretty common item is the stride breaker for the set. You can see he actually goes straight up for the ninja tabi, guys. Look at the enemy comp. I mean, tell me you're not going to buy ninja tabi this game. Steel capped. Toe boots. My bad. Plated steel caps. Great item name, Kappa. Don't know why Riot did that, but he picks that up for himself, and now he's pretty much unkillable. Jace, Udyr, Renekton. Look at him just utilizing this movement speed, trying to gap close onto the Jace. Jace just doesn't do damage, man. Kind of feel bad. You're gonna have to try and rush something like a grudge. You need like 3 items before you get that. Weaving. Beautiful pull there. And just trying to look for a little bit of a trade for the setup on the jungler. I think they know that Bard's there. Got to play it a little bit cautious. Chovy moving in. Able to pick up the ultimate. Slam dunk. W just lands over there. That was really nice. And Knight is in just a world of pain. Lehends gets the assist. Really nice game from Red side. Playing really well. I wouldn't say Chovy's done anything like, except he's just played correctly. He hasn't done any crazy outplays. He's just showing you guys the power of a bruiser in the mid lane. In lower elos, this shit works so well. Just having a straight up tank as a mid laner with Engage as your team, let's be honest, like a lot of players can't control. You can't control Victor. You can't control Orianna. You can't get the right positioning. Doesn't even matter how you position on set. You just bloody headbutt them, pop an ultimate, pop your 10k shield, and you're good to go. Bloody punch them in the face. Not rocket science, you know? And a lot of people get stuck in low elo and they don't know how to climb. Like, man, give some of these playstyles a go. You might have a way better time, hey? Might just fit you way more than trying to pilot a 100 bloody 1000 APM mechanical mid like Kiana. Pick set. We'll weave in, look for some plates for ourselves. As the Bard looking for the portal through, he does do it. Udyr has Hex Flash. And I think we're in trouble. Oh no, here comes Karma with the shields. We have ultimate again, remember? Have flash as well. Let's see how he plays it. Waiting. Let's see if they dive. If they dive, they're so doomed. Chovy just holding. No teleport yet. Up in 80. Flash is in, and that's how you combo on set. Puts him behind. You could see it was coming from a mile away. Super easy champion to play, by the way. Go into practice tool, practice a couple of ultis. Like, I don't even know if you need to. You could first time this champion in ranked. By the end of the first or second ranked game, I guarantee you'll understand the kit. Super easy. Ziggs bot lane. I'm not sure if this is the guy, but there's a Ziggs player in Korea who plays Ziggs AD only. And he's challenger. He only plays Ziggs. And Ziggs just got a huge buff. We have 2-level advantage looking for the trades. You can see Knight. Knight's not scared to int. He's just going for it. A QE doesn't even kill. Like, he's just completely out of position here. And this is what I'm trying, like, this is what I'm talking about with Knight. He's not afraid to int. Chovy just baits him in. Yeah, dude, Ziggs got buffed this patch. I might play some Ziggs tonight on stream and just see how it goes. I reckon it might start becoming, I don't know if it's going to be in competitive meta, but I still think it's going to be a lot better in solo queue now. You get more damage on your late game Qs and you get a faster R. His ultimate was always crap. So slow. Now the missile speed's a little bit quicker. As the Shelly will be able to pick this up, right? Knight just runs it. Love to see it. Bard coming in with the portals, gets the slap. Renekton flash Qs in. Looking to try and pick up Chovy now. He's a 1,000 bounty. He has to live. He has ult. He has ultimate. And he's not able to do anything. Gets dropped there. He has the stride break in his inventory, by the way. And you'll see why the stride breaker on set is so important, guys. Just watch how he uses it to set up his combos. The gap close is just disgusting. Moves in here, and you're able to like get behind them and ult the enemy back into your team, like an insect, like a Lee Sin ult. So don't be afraid to do that. Don't have flash. You pop the ultimate onto the Bard. God, I hate Bard. It's actually a good ban. Like, it's just such an annoying. It always ganks mid too. We pop that W. We slam dunk for our 8th kill of the game. Knight is 1-7. I feel bad for the guy. He didn't really do anything. I mean, he has done things wrong. He played way too aggressive with a bit of a deficit as we're going to try and pick up the Udyr here. Ride Breaker's in. Gets the kill. 9-2. Pops the emote. I love watching Chovy play because he has the best emotes out of anyone. Chovy's always popping emotes. Only with 150 gold bounty. And now when you get this type of lead, you don't want to sit mid and just like farm. You just want to roam around the map and shut everybody down. That's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to move behind the Ezreal here. Doesn't have ult, but uses the stride breaker to gap close, just holding back. Like, it's disgusting, man. Super nice, solid pick. Chaos teleport here. Should be able to teleport back into the mid lane. Maybe even to the top lane here. Who knows? As we're probably working our way towards the Sterak's, right? Teleport into the top line. I've seen some weird set builds, man. This Blade of the Ruin King set I keep seeing in my solo queue games. He just, I don't know, he has too much damage. He just one-shots me every bloody goddamn fight. He's pretty squishy, but still. Do not take 1v1s against him. As you can see, had a wave clear on set, gets that wave in real quick. Snip, snip. Pops the ult. Looking for the E. Gwen's able to pick up the Udyr. We're still not done though. 578 with that W. And this is just becoming complete stomp. As we keep on dropping into the side lane, we'll just keep farming this through. I don't see how the enemy team can really come back from it. I see Fake has been playing a bit of set in his solo queue games as well. I'm guessing it's being played as like a pretty good flex or something. I don't know, man. Like it's been I'm guessing it's getting played a lot in LCK scrims in the lead up to the LCK, which starts next week, I think. Ride breaker into the E. Just bloody punch his head off. Pops the emote. Thanks, buddy. Please, guys, stop chasing the set. We have flash. Like Gwen's just gonna solo the Drake. Ooh, doesn't get it. Pretty close, but doesn't quite get it. And with these type of leads, like you got a 7, 8k gold lead. I've seen these leads thrown, guys. The number one thing you need to do is set up dragons. It's all about getting dragons and getting objective controls. There's too many games I've been with leads like this, and my team just constantly fights until somehow the enemy team gets all the shutdowns, all the bounties, gets the catch up XP, and then you start panicking. Just make sure you're picking up the Drakes, you're picking up the Herald, and you start working towards a Baron. Farm all of their jungle like Chovy's doing here. And the enemy shouldn't be able to come back into the game. Shouldn't. Not impossible. Poor Udyr. Sorry, mate. Pick up the Crab, pick up the Herald as well, I'd say. You can solo this so easily. Ooh, teleports down to the bot lane. Ezreal picks up the Ziggs is 1 and 4. Is it happening? Is it the comeback? Jace picks up the shutdown onto the Gwen. Just keep farming it up. The next team fight, you should be able to win. I mean, he's sitting on so much gold. He should be able to get his stacks. Pick up the tower into the reset. We got a Starax working toward. We got a Tiamat. Okay. And Chovy, guys, he's sitting at rank 3 on the Korean server. He was having a battle with T1 Gumayusi, the 80 carry player, for rank 1. And then Chovy changed his name to I Lose GG. I think in respect to like, I bow down. I'm out. You win. I think Gumayusi is like 1700 LP. Chovy got up to 1680, I think. And then he just kind of, he's 1500 now and he's losing a lot of his games. I think he lost like 7 or 8 games in a row. And he was like playing very well in the games. It just looks sad. Poor guy. Hard stuck rank 3 career. Imagine. Teleport's almost up. 2 level advantage. Jesus, that wave clear, man. I swear he was like 70 farm at 12. Just farming this. Ooh. Come on, get it. Like, Chovy just has such efficient side laning. It doesn't matter how far behind he gets or what happens in the game. He's able to get to 9 to 10 CS per minute every single game. Just because he knows exactly where to be. Teleport comes out now into the top lane. Jace overextended. Gwen looking for the pick. Run, Gwen! Knight. Yeah, really close 1v1, buddy. Knight has 6 kills. Bit of a coin flip game for Jace. Jace is in a good spot at the moment. Jace and Lucian mid doing very well in the meta with these AP junglers. But when you synergize it with something like an Udyr and no AP in your team, essentially you're stuffed because the enemy, like this red side team is going to be able to itemize so much armor and then just not going to have enough damage. They're never going to be able to come into the mid to late game and win. Quite sad, really. You got to be careful when picking these AD mids. Even Set, like, I mean, Set essentially, like, Set does a bit of true damage, let's be honest. And he's more of a bruiser than a damage dealer, but you still got to be careful when picking and choosing the champs. I would still, though, prefer, by the way, I would prefer you play a champion you're comfortable with and force an AD comp than you to, like, first time, like, Kassadin just because your team needs AP and you heard Kassadin's a good counter to Fizz or something. Like, just play comfort, guys. How you get consistency. The Titanic, Starax. Man means business. Gonna drop down into the bot lane looking for the inhib. And this just should be the game ender, right? Nash is up though. Renekton picks up the Kayn, we'll pick up the inhib, and now they should set up for the Nash and then do the final shove. Ziggs builds Ludens into Horizon, okay. I'm gonna try and build this tonight. Take note. I still don't like mages in solo queue. Like the guy that hit Challenger in Korea playing Ziggs only, he plays it bot lane. He plays it as like an AP, like an ADC substitute. He plays AP bot. AP carry. I don't know. In the mid lane, it just doesn't really seem like he has that many good matchups. In bot lane, you try and synergize it with something like a Thresh to give you a bit of mobility. And then you have a really good time. As Chovy finally moving in. Let's see what he does. Picks up the Bard. Pops the ultimate onto the Renekton. Trying to pick off the Ezreal here. That should be illegal. Pride Breaker's in. Flashes. Trying to get some shields off the Karma. Pick up a 17th kill of the game. This is just getting out of control. 212 CS at 22. Takes over the map. They're going to be able to punch their way through the Nexus. Should be the game ender. A little bit of a fun game. I mean, this was less about the matchup, guys. Just having a yarn, talking about some of the picks. Hopefully you have enjoyed today's video. I really did enjoy making it. I love watching these mid laners play. Can we get 18? Do I see 18? Sad. I generally just love watching these top mid laners play, guys. It's super enjoyable. I always learn something new. Helps me out in my own games. Hopefully I help you out in your games too. Are we done? We're gonna die? Don't tell me that this game is not over. Well, I mean, we're sticking around. We're not going, guys. We're not going anywhere. We have Death Dance completed now for the set. We got the stopwatch. We have teleport. And I'm a little bit nervous. It's only 10k gold advantage. Like, they have open base, but Chovy, you do not teleport here, buddy. You do not teleport here. Alright, time to group. Looking to try and pick up Knight. Speeding in. Stride Breaker. Can we get it? Ooh, get the slow. Look at that. How disgusting is that? Good stopwatch, though. We have ult. Beautiful Bard ult setup. Chovy in the middle of the team. That is absolutely disgusting. His 19th kill. And now they're able to finish off the Nexus. Thank you for watching today, guys. I really appreciate you all. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.